I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
This is the question that I get asked all the time. Do I run tubeless or in a tube, clincher? What do I do if I puncture a tubeless tyre? So if we start with tubeless, what it generally means is that if I pick up a flint, I'm going to get a ceiling. Not every time, like sometimes what it does mean that you might have to stop, you might have to push the tyre down, or sometimes if you just like rub the sealant as it starts to spray out, that it's going to seal it. If you do it like a massive pothole, the chances are it's going to explode. Do you know what I mean? Like you are going to get that puncture flat. This is the bit that I think that confuses everybody, that if I'm on a tubeless tyre, what it does mean is that yes, you can seal it in terms of like the sealant might seal it, but if it doesn't, what you then have to do is you can still put an inner tube in, go through exactly the same process. You need a set of tyre levers, and then you're going to take the tyre off the rim, but then what you're left with is actually the core, like that you're going to pump up. But you're going to have to remove that, and obviously the sealant's going to come out at this time. You take the valve out, and then you can stick your inner tube in. So then you can put the tyre back on, and then you just pump it up with like your CO2 or your pump as you normally would do. But what it does mean, having the tubeless setup, that you've got that little bit extra puncture protection, and generally speaking, you're not going to get pinch flats with a tubeless tyre. That's the advantage though. Especially like when you go off-road, then that's when the tubeless starts to really kick in. But also the advantage of the tubeless is like rolling resistance we're going to get an improvement in rolling resistance, and we can run the tyre at like a lower pressure. And my own experience is that it absorbs the shock through the body a lot better, like it's a much better seal overall. When it comes to like a clincher tyre, then that's when we're going to be a bit more prone to like puncture flats. Like if you hit like a pothole, or you hit, like you're on a runch surface, and you sometimes get what we call like a pinch flat. And you generally have to run like the tyre pressure a little bit higher. And then we've got like latex and butyl tubes, like definitely run like a latex tube. But it just might mean, say if you're doing like an Ironman example, that you've got to pump the tyres up on the morning of the race, because overnight you're going to lose a little bit of pressure. My own personal experience is if you've got the option to run tubeless, they are a bit of a faff setting up, but once you've done them, I don't think that you will change. So I definitely run like tubeless. Like I love tubeless tyres. I just think it's the setting up process. Like it can just be a bit of a faff. Like some people don't know how to put the sealant in. Like it can just be a bit of a faff. But I think once you've done it, there's so much information out there on YouTube. It's something that we will show you to do like in the coming weeks. But I think once you've set it up, it's game on really. In the early days, like people struggled a bit with some of the tyres, like getting them to seal. But the new tyres that are coming out, especially now we've got hookless rims, like generally you'll get like a bead seal like straight away. I think that's what people have struggled with. It's just like trying to get like this initial bead seal, like with the rim. It can be there for hours, like sometimes just getting it to seal. But I'll show you some tricks that I've learned over the years to get that to seal like pretty quickly.